Hello, DigiFam. It's Prodigious, and I'm here with another deck profile for y'all. Now, this deck profile is going to be about a certain mage that we all love from the Season 3 of Digimon Tamers.
Bio merge activate!
Renamon Bio merge to... Sakuyamon!
But just before we do, please subscribe. That way you don't miss any of my videos and deck profiles like this going forward. Hit that like button and also tickle that little bell so that way you definitely don't miss out. Alright, now we're going to be running Viximon here, which for some reason this is coming up as Pokemon, but anyway, this is from EX2 as our egg. It has your turn once per turn. When you use an option card with a cost of 2 or more, you draw a card. Then I'm running 3 copies of Renamon from BT10. This has on play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with the plug-in in its name and 1 yellow tamer among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. She also has the inheritable of when you use an option card with a cost of 2 or more, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP. Now this Renamon here is probably going to be the most important Renamon you can probably run the entire deck, because this Renamon can search for all of it. It has on play, reveal top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 Digimon card with Cubimon, Talmon, or Sakuyamon in its name, and 1 Rika or 1 option card with a cost of 2 or more among them to your hand. Return the rest to the bottom of your deck in any order. So this is going to be able to grab us at least a Digimon, and it can rather grab a Tamer or the option card. Its inheritable is also when you use an option card with a cost of 2 or more, one of the opponent's Digimon gets security attack minus until the end of their turn. Now, moving forward, I'm running 3 copies of Renamon from EX2. This has on play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, add 1 card with Cubimon, Talmon, or Sakuyamon in its name, and 1 Rika. So this is going to be another searcher, but it doesn't grab everything. You will not be able to grab the plugins. It also has an inheritable of when you use an option card with a cost of 2 or more, gain a memory. Next, I'm running at least 2 copies of Renamon X Antibody. This is going to have an on-play when digivolving effect of returning 1 option card with the plug-in in its name from your trash to your hand. It also has the inheritable of when you use an option card with a cost of 2 or more, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP for the turn. Now our next card going in here, we're now starting our level 4s. I'm running 4 copies of when digivolving, or 4 copies of Cubimon. It has the effect of when digivolving, activate one of the effects below. You return 1 option card with a plug-in in its name from your trash to your hand, or by trashing an option card with plug-in in its name, you draw 2 cards. As you can already tell, we're going with the more traditional plug-in style deck. But don't worry, I'm going to go over towards the end of the deck profile the alternatives that you could probably run in here. And again, this is just my version of the deck profile. I consider this one to be more of an aggro style deck. It's not the dreaded loop style deck, and it does not run the Shine Greymon Ruin mode. This is strictly the more traditional type of one, but we'll get into that here in a moment. The only bad thing about this Cubimon is it does not have an inheritable. Moving forward, I'm running 4 copies of Cubimon from BT19. This one has when Digivolving, if you have one or less Tamers, you may play one Rika from your hand without paying the cost. So with the way that's worded, it's going to help you get out your Rikas. Even if you already have one, you'll be able to get at least another one for free out of it. The inheritable on this is your turn once per turn. When you use an option card with a cost of 2 or more, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP for the turn. Then I'm running 2 copies of Yukomon. This is back from EX4 Alternative Being. Its name is considered to be Cubimon for the card and the Digimon itself. It has on play and when Digivolving, one of your Digimon in play gains blocker until the end of your opponent's turn. And it has the inheritable of your turn once per turn. When you use an option card with a cost of 2 or more, one of the opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP for the turn. Now, next is running 4 copies of this Talmon, which I think, besides the Ace, is actually one of the better ones. This is Talmon from BT17. It has barriers, so that means if the opponent were to try and do battle with this or die to security, it will still survive if you sacrifice a security to keep it there. It has when Digivolving, you may use one option card with plug-in in its name or that's a yellow from your hand with the cost reduced by 2. So this is great because that means when you Digivolve into this, you'll automatically get to play another plug-in. Or if you wanted to, you could run a different option card that's yellow. It also has the inheritable of when attacking once per turn. If this Digimon has Sakuyamon in its name, you may use one option card with plug-in in its name or that's yellow from the hand with the cost reduced by 2. So again, very good. Then I'm running 2 copies of Talmon Ace. This has, of course, the hand counterblast Digivolve effect, but it also has on play when Digivolving. If it's your turn, you may use a single color option card with a cost of 5 or less from your hand without paying the cost. If it's your opponent's turn, for the turn, give one of the opponent's Digimon security attack -1, and that Digimon's when Digivolving effects don't activate. This is very good. Very strong defensively, because that means you can actually prevent them from activating when Digivolving effects. And it has come in handy in quite a few matches. Now on to our Megas. I'm running a split of 3 and 3, both Sakuyamon from BT19 and Sakuyamon X Antibody. So this deck is more aggro in the sense that once we reach our top end, we are able to generate some tokens that can help us be bodies to either block or attack with, most often attacking with. So Sakuyamon here has when Digivolving, you draw 2, then you may use a single color option card with a cost of 5 or less from your hand without paying the cost, as well as the effect of your turn once per turn. When you use an option card with a cost of 2 or more, play one Kuda Kitsune token. It's a Digimon, yellow, 6000 DP, and it has blocker. Then we have Sakuyamon X. This has when Digivolving. If Sakuyamon or X Antibody is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, you get to play one Uko no Mitama, Digimon, yellow, 9000 DP with Rush token. It also has your turn once per turn. When any of your Digimon attacks, you may use one single color option card with a cost of 5 or less from your hand without paying the cost. If you did, one of your Digimon unsuspends. So again, just lends to that whole aggressive play style this deck is going for. Now next, we're going into mainly the only option cards we're running is going to be the trifecta of blue, green, and red plugins. And I'm running at least 3 of each. You got High Speed Plug-in D, which gives you blocker, or not blocker, but gives you jamming, and the opponent cannot block the Digimon this affected. It also has the security effect of drawing a card and adding it to your hand. Super Evolution Plug-in S, which lets you draw a card, and then you may Digivolve into a Digimon card with a Digivolution cost of 3 or less without paying the memory. Security effect is reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 Digimon card among them to your hand, and then place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck, and then add this card to your hand. And then last, I'm running Attack Plugin A. If you have a Tamer in play, you can use any of these without worrying about the color requirements. But mainly on this one, it is 1 your Digimon gains Security Attack +1. And then Security Effect, is reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 Tamer card from it to your hand, and then place the remaining cards at the bottom, and then add this card to your hand. Now, last but not least, we're going to go into our Tamers. So we have 3 different versions of Rika that we have access to, and here's the layout of how I'm running in this deck, and it seems to work out pretty well. For starters, we have the Rika from BT17. This is going to be the Rika that says if your opponent has a Digimon, we can gain a memory. And it's also going to be the one that can allow us to biomerge and take a Renamon plus this Tamer and then absorb a Talmon and Cubimon from our trash and Evo into a Sakuyamon in our hand. And then we also get to return an option card from trash to hand. Now, the next best version of Rika in this deck is going to be the BT19 version. This has on play, or reveal the top 3 cards of our deck, add 1 Digimon card with Renamon, Cubimon, Talmon, or Sakuyamon, and 1 option card with plugin in its name among them. It also gives us the effect of when you use an option card with a cost of 2 or more, by suspending this Tamer, we gain 1 memory. And then last, we have the classic Rika from EX2. This is going to be our memory fixer. It also says that when your Digimon with Renamon, Cubimon, or Talmon, or Sakuyamon in its name attacks, you may suspend this Tamer to use 1 option card with the plugin in its name from our hand without paying the cost. So this has been a very aggro build. It sticks to the traditional plug-in style. Now, I haven't had a chance to play test it yet, and as soon as I do, I will post it. But there is a more controller version of it that even tries to do the dreaded Talmon loop shenanigans. But there's also a version of it that basically just abuses the Sakuyamon and Sakuyamon Maiden mode to just going to just stack back and forth. I haven't had a chance to really play test and get that version going just yet, but again, as soon as I do, you know where to look on this channel for it. But aside from that, I'm also going to go over some cards that are good options to keep in mind for this deck in general. The plugins is the best way to go, I feel like, because it's the more traditional style and a lot of your cards do name plugin in name. But if you want to go with something different, you could go ahead and for certain take out the Cubimon that has no inheritable and just focuses on rather pitching an option card with plugin in its name to draw cards or retrieve a plugin from trash. For the Wizardmon from BT18, this one has, when digivolving, you can trash the top security card to draw a card and gain a memory. It also has the inheritable of all turns when this yellow Digimon with Data or Witchling trait would leave the battle area by an opponent's effect. By trashing your top security card, it doesn't leave. All of the Renamon, Cubimon, Talmon, Sakuyamon line are all Data. So this can help you with that inheritable. And then, of course, besides going with the plugins, you could go with the trifecta of the more preferred yellow package of options, like Yellow Scramble, Yellow Memory Boost, and Physical Training. Because they're going to basically do the same thing the deck is already trying to do, and it's to help you dig, help you gain memory, and help you evolve for cheaper cost. And then last but not least, I think this is mainly played in the Talmon bigger loop deck, but I think I have also seen this being played in the other various versions of Sakuyamon because it's a very strong option card with a low cost. And we already have ways of playing option cards to make them cheaper. And that is Noble Family Arts, which came from the Yellow Liberator deck with Syndromon. And this has one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 6,000 DP for the turn. If there are 3 or more Digimon, increase the DP reduction by another minus 6. So for 5 cost, between you and your opponent, if there's at least 3 Digimon on board, you can actually minus 12 on something for only 5 cost. That is pretty strong. But anyway, that has been this deck profile. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any ideas down below, please let me know. And like I said, I'm going to try and also work on the more control-y variant, but this has been the aggro version that I've come up with. And as always, I will see you next time.